Hello and welcome to day 3 of Strong 365. This is take 2 of foam roll recording, which didn't go off without a hitch the first time, but that's okay. So we are gonna start with a belly quad stretch and go into a tricep and tabletop, and then use our foam roller in a brand new way. So let's start on your stomach. Left hand on your forehead. Extend your legs, relax your legs. Squeeze up on one leg to lift it away from the floor, and then the other leg. Just a few of these just to get the hip extension a little bit active. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. And now you're going to bend your right leg so that your heel gets close to your butt. You're going to sweep that right hand back. Capture your right ankle. If you can't do this, go ahead and use a towel. And then I'm going to point my toes actively towards my butt and feel that heel getting closer and closer to the behind. Let your arm fully extend down so your shoulder drags down away from your ears. You're going to start to push the hand against the foot and the foot against the hand so that your shoulder is sliding down the back. You're getting an increasing stretch in your quad, and you're trying to flatten out the very top part of your hip right by your crotch. Good. Couple more breaths here. I'm going to shift my weight in a little bit so my legs are just close to touching, and push the hand against the foot and the foot against the hand, maybe even feeling like that knee is hovering 1 centimeter off the floor. And go ahead and release that leg. Good. Use your hands to press yourself up into a tabletop position. I have an 8-pound weight. I'm going to take it in my left hand, actually, and I'm going to extend my right leg. And then I'm going to pick that foot up away from the floor and roll the ankle a few times to relax the foot. Roll it in both directions. Good. Kick your heel in towards your butt a few times. As I do that, I can course correct my shoulders so they get more relaxed down into the floor, gripping the floor instead of pushing the floor. Good. Leave that leg fully extended. I'll try to lock at the kneecap gently and then point the toes gently to elongate the front part of the ankle. Pick your left arm up at the elbow so your elbow is very high. Soften the bend in your right elbow and kick that weight back. So tricep extension, strong grip through the pinky, little wobbles. Push more weight down into the left side, through the knee, into the floor. So every rep is just an opportunity to course correct, soften the bend in the right elbow, push down on the left knee, and squeeze through the pinky of your left. Three more times. And relax that down. Great. You can do a little stretch coming up onto both knees, sliding the hips forward, clasp the hands behind the back, maybe make a fist. Good. And we'll come on down onto the stomach again. And we're going to place the right hand onto the forehead. And let's pick up the left leg so that your heel is close to your butt. And then sweep the left hand back and capture that left leg. So I'm going to push the hip down first. And if you're like, I can't get it, my hamstring's going to cramp, my leg's going to fall off, my arm's going to fall off, whatever, literally look back at it, see how far you are from it, and you feel like, oh, I can't get it. Pull that knee into your, pull the heel into your butt several times, and then squeeze up on your butt a few times more. Then try to stretch and reach your hand back and see if it's easier to capture. You just moved yourself into a brand new range of motion through contraction. That, ladies and gentlemen, is dynamic stretching. So now we go into this isometric. We're squeezing the shoulder down, away down the spine, away from the ear, away from the neck. I'm going to relax that right leg. It tends to want to, again, always work and like be contracted. So then I can go back to the left And just focusing on pushing the hand against the foot and the foot against the hand. Dragging the top part of the pelvis, the hip flexor, the crotch, right down into the floor. Squeeze the elbow to straighter. And last squeeze and push. And release that hand away from the foot and let the foot glide down to the floor. Come on up into a tabletop. Put your weight in your right hand. Soften the bend in your left elbow. Extend your left leg out straight. Roll the ankle a few times, both directions. Good, and we'll lift that leg straight up. I'm going to try to keep my hips square. Soften the shoulders. Soften the bend in the left elbow. Slight sort of soft knee lock in the left-hand side. Try to get that leg straighter. Lift up on the right and kick it back. Soften the bend in the left elbow. Push more weight into the right leg. And squeeze through the pinky. Ooh, that left leg is like dropping, huh? So I can't see everything. So a mirror is always a good checkpoint. I'm just doing the best I can. I'm going to find a little bit more length here. It's never a bad idea. Just kind of reset, start again. Try to find length in the midsection and squeeze and lock the elbow, squeeze and push against the right knee in and soften the left elbow bend for 2 and 1. All right, those were okay. That sucks. Okay, so I tired. And I did this once and it didn't do the recording. So, oh well, we're gonna do this again. So, foam roll crunches. 365 days, gotta go on. This is only day 3. It's about to get rough. So we are gonna do some crunches on the foam roll. Let's start by, so if you have your foam roll, you stick it on the lowest part of your back. Then just lean back against it. Capture your head in your hands. So this is abtastic. Like, come back to me in 10 minutes, I wouldn't be here still because it'd be too hard. And you can do abs from here for sure. Those are very, very hard to do. It's a reverse sit-up. I'm just showing you the variants, right? The way to use your foam roll to do abs and back stretching at the same time. Sometimes crunches are just hard because our backs are so flippin' tight. I have seen grown men be in tears stretching out their spine on a foam roll. So I'm going to take a couple breaths on this foam roll and work on every part of my spine, just sort of getting like a centimeter longer. Extend one leg just for a little bit more length. Sliding down the spine. This is where the sound effects start. Oh my God. And I'm going to let everything open up and take it to that really yummy part of the low back. Obviously, like with discretion, you want to keep a little bit of a squeeze against the glutes. And if you're dying, then, feel like you're going to break in half, then don't go there. But when you find yourself at your middle back or that spot where like I can stay seated upright halfway and I feel my abs are on, that's your money spot. Go just like a touch lower on the foam roll. And then we're going to start doing tiny crunches in to close the ribs from the sternum. And then take your breath all the way from your chin down through the belly button. So I'm going to do some breaths to movement and my crunches. If you breathe in through the nose, you will feel more of that effect for the breath down into the belly button. In through the nose, out through the S. Three more times. Stay seated upright, bring yourself all the way up to seated, and we'll flip the foam roll so that it's vertical. You're gonna have your tailbone on one end of it and your neck on the other end of it. Pop yourself up onto the foam roll, and you don't have to. You can use the floor. It's not a big deal. Use a bench. The bench will provide you the same like greater range of motion that we get here away from the floor, right? Because we're not on the floor. So when we do these chest flies, we're gonna bring them up, shimmy your shoulder blades into that foam roll, capture the floor with your glutes and all 10 toes, roll the wrists around a couple times on those weights so you have like that punch grip on them, and then kind of drag the shoulders back down into their sockets. We're going to focus on these chest flies. So take them out wide enough so you already feel your chest muscles are kind of working. Then you can take the weights out and in. Really strong grip on the weights for this set. And we're going to leave that max tension by not bringing the weights all the way or even close back to each other. Because you have a light weight, we're focusing on stretching almost into a reverse fly and coming up halfway. Good. Strong grip for the next 3. Right through those front part top ribs and maybe a little bit into the armpit. Good. Now lighten your grip and go as slow as you can with an open grip. Good. One more time. Ultra slow. And bring the weights into touch. Squeeze up on the weights or squeeze the weights together. Push your lower back into the foam roller. Extend your right leg straight out. Dig your left heel down into the floor. And we're going to lift that right leg up and down. Up and down. Oh, poop. And the weight did not stay in the left. So, all right, let's say you just did what I did. And I've done this a few times, so yes, it is hard. So what we'll do instead is we're going to tap the heel in and out, keeping the focus on your left heel. So I'm really driving that left heel down. If you can't do this, like remove a hand and just do it that way. Like take a hand down to the floor, right? But if you have both hands up, you are really challenging that left side to stabilize you as you move through the right. It doesn't have to be pretty. We're just sending a message down that you need to stabilize left side. You need to do this work, left side. One more time, left side. Good. So now we switch over and our right side stays. Our right side stays. We extend and bring it back in. Extend and bring it back in. Right side. Push through the right side. Right side. Push through the right side. Hook. Hook. 2 and 1. All right, good. Send those weights straight back behind your head. Your legs are down and bent at the knee. This is a skull-crusher exercise. So I can use this a little bit to kind of massage through the shoulder joint, meaning it doesn't have to be rigid in that elbow bend. So you can let your elbows bend and let the arm extend back a little bit more like you're doing an overhead throw. That just brings in a little bit more shoulders along with the triceps. I like to focus on the pinky fingers sometimes for this one because it helps get into the tricep. And I was just checking like if my crooks of my elbows are facing each other. Because our shoulders tend to round forward, the crook of the elbow position is hard to get them to face each other. Just check it out. See if you can get the crooks of your elbows to face each other. That is so much harder for me because my posture's jacked up, to get the crooks of the elbows to face each other. Then come down into your overhead and come back up and leave the tips of the elbows facing away from you. Just do a couple like that. Because we have light weight, we're going for precision for joint alignment. And progress, not perfection, right? You got to start somewhere. 2 more times. Last time. Good. We're going to bring those weights down. We're going to bring the legs up and bent at the knee. I'm going to keep a hold of the weights and just press my palms down against the weights. And we're just going to do alternating toe taps down to the floor. So I did a little shaky there, a little like dead bug, air dance, just to get the legs light and relaxed. And pressing the palms down into the dumbbells. Tap one foot down to the floor, just the toes, just the tip of the toes. You want to imagine you're coming like down around a ball and back up. So your knee bend stays constant. I'm thinking about hoisting that leg up through the side body and releasing weight from my head and neck because it's pushing down, like let's say, into the armpits. So your pressure is coming from the armpits to offload the requirement of your abs. Your abs do a lot of this as much as possible. Abs and armpits, who would have thought? 2 more times. Good. We're going to leave the legs up and bent at the knee. Flex hard on your ankles. This is where we finish. We're going to drive the heels straight out and in. It's out and in. My quads are so freaking sore. It's not even funny. I can barely extend them out, but it's okay. I'm just going to use that to focus on my booty. Getting that squeeze. Oh yeah, that works. That works. That works. I'm telling you, if you squeeze your heels through your glutes like you're on a leg press machine at the gym, and I'm going to bring the armpits back into it just a little bit to help me squeeze through the glutes, through the base of the heels. Use your imagination. Push yourself into that leg press machine. 2 more times. Good. Go ahead and relax down. You can let yourself fall off the side. Oh boy. I'm probably gonna do like a pigeon stretch after this, pinwheel pigeon like this to start. And just pray for a quad miracle. See you tomorrow. Hopefully this works.